Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. I thought there was going to be a countdown, but there's not. Oh boy, that's because I was filming this morning, so I removed the countdown for that. Forgot to put it back on. I hit the record thinking I had 30 seconds. Or sorry, 60 seconds. I did not. I did not. But you know what? The show must go on. The show must go on. Countdown free. Obviously, the reasons we have that countdown is because, well, it kind of kills the time that people who are watching the ads, because some people will watch the ads to support the channel. I love that. I love that. And that's pretty cool. So basically, that countdown pretty much is about the same length as those ads. So, well, for the most part, depends. Sometimes YouTube will try to throw a 20-minute ad at you. Guys, just skip those, please. No matter how much you want to support me, don't miss 20 minutes of the show because YouTube decides to hit you with a nasty ad. Yeah, so anyway, we're now a minute in, so now we can actually get into the show, and we're going to start. We're going to start with Wealthsimple. I asked in that pinned comment, did you guys spin yet today? Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to spin. I am ready to spin. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what we get. And, 70. Oh, come on. All right, well, we got 70 today. Ah, gosh. I want to see a big number. I want to see that streamer luck is a thing, but apparently it's not. Or at least it skipped me. So there we go. We got 70 today. So what is that? Those of you who don't know what the heck I just did, it's Wealthsimple. So Wealthsimple is, well, basically it's one of the best brokers in Canada. It is commission free, and it was actually the first to go commission free. And it's very, very, I'll say this, I think it's geared towards new folks. If you're a new investor, Wealthsimple is definitely geared. It's easy, friendly to use, and now they've got a contest on where you can spin to get entries every day, and that's that little gold coin. And, well, they're going to have a draw at I think it's at the end of February. I can't remember the exact last date, but however many entries you have, that increases your odds. So if you're spinning every day, like I am, you'll get a better chance. And you can get up to 100,000 entries from a spin. And holy banana bread, I have not even come close. I think, was it 150? I think maybe 150 was my highest. But we had one person in chat, Aaron, who got 100,000 entries with a spin. So I want to go for the spin. I want to go for the spin. So I'm looking forward to it. So if you're not already in Wealthsimple here, let me drop a little link here for you. Here we go. This here is my affiliate link for Wealthsimple. So jump on over there, get yourself signed up, start spinning. Now the beautiful thing about this is, guys, it's an affiliate link, so they will give you $25. They'll give you $25 when you fund your account. They'll also send $25 back to the channel. So it's a win-win situation. But guys, get in there. You never know who's going to win. It could be you. It could be you. It only takes one entry. You know, you don't necessarily need to get 100,000 on a spin. You can win with a single entry. So, you know, if you don't have an entry, you can't win. I look at it that way. So guys, definitely use that link. Get yourself signed up. Let's get somebody in this community to win. That's what I want to see. All right, now we still got the market to get to, and we're going to get to that here in a second. I do want to point out I have made a new goat. I made two new goats. So we have a laughing goat. So, and just a second, I didn't actually upload them. I made them, but I'm uploading them both right now. Bang, boom, there we go. They're uploading. So I have our laughing goat, and that one there, guys, you don't have to do supers to get to the laughing goat. You just got to make me laugh. You make me laugh, out comes the laughing goat. Simple as that. The second goat is Olympic goat, and I'm probably going to change the Olympic goat a few times because, you know, there's so many different events at the Olympics, but we have our Olympic goat. Now, we still have the Valentine's Day goat. So if you want to get to the Olympic goat, we're looking at position number 6. Position number 6. Holy banana bread. And if that's not enough, we do have the Financial Express. That is active. Today, we are setting ourselves up for a Thursday stream. The Wednesday stream, that's our normal stream. So that one's already in the books. But yeah, if we do 4 supers or 4 gifted subs today, we will add another stream on Thursday. And holy banana bread, we've been doing this since the beginning of December, and you guys have not missed a beat. You guys have not missed a beat. We've had a stream every single market close. All right. Speaking of the market close, we got ourselves a green day on the market. So that's not too shabby. Let me pull it up. Whoops, that's not the market. This is the market here. So the TSX currently up 0.75%. So definitely having a pretty good day, we are well above this blue line. So this blue line, by the way, guys, this is where we entered the month. So if we're above that blue line, we're having a green month. Now, what's really interesting is if you look here at the top, we're getting close to all-time high territory again. Because here's the all-time high, up here, up around 33,414-ish. And we're not that far off. If we had another good green day, maybe tomorrow, we could get back to an all-time high on the TSX. That would be nice. It would undo all of that garbage that happened on Friday. It'll be completely undone. And I kind of like that. We talk about a V-shaped recovery. This is, well, it's kind of like a W-shaped recovery if you look at that bottom. But yeah, typically, yeah, this is what we would refer to as a V-shaped recovery. I'm loving it. I'm loving seeing it. Now, looking south of the border, they're not having as good of a day as we are. They are down. They are in the red. They are 0.20 down. And yeah, still in green territory for the month. But, and we'll see, we're going to see some of the drivers when we look at the heat maps for sure. Oh boy, what a day for sure. The NASDAQ is still down as well. They're down 0.33. So it's not a strong red day. You know, and that's fine. And the NASDAQ, they are in red territory for the month. So they're, you know, they haven't had it. I mean, their drop this month has been epic for sure. But they're trying. The NASDAQ is trying. Those tech stocks are trying to get back up. And I'd love to see, I want to see them back above here. Our Dow Jones Industrial, that is looking okay today, up 0.20. And our little guys, up 0.02. So kind of a flat day for the Russell. All right. Now, obviously, one of the things that's a big driver in Canada is commodities. But I'll tell you, not today. Commodities, and I'll pull them all up here. All of them are down. Gold down 0.55, silver down 3%, copper down 0.69, platinum 1.46, and WTI oil down 0.30. And oh boy, in addition to that, where is my? Oh, here it is. In addition to that, we got both Bitcoin, Ethereum, so crypto also having a red day today. So not a lot of excitement, but yet the Canadian market's still looking pretty solid. And well, it's kind of an interesting day. And what's interesting about it is that we don't have, I wouldn't say we have a leader. I would say, yeah, we don't really have a driver. We've got nobody that's really pushing things up. But for the most part, most stocks are doing okay. So we've got a lot of strength. And, you know, not strong strength, but we got a lot of moderate strength. And a lot of our red is not super deep. There's definitely a few, well, there's a few that are kind of interesting. But looking at the banks, overall, the banks are mostly up. Not by a lot. TD up 0.38. Royal Bank's up a little more than 0.5%. BMO around 0.5%. BNS is actually, so Scotiabank is actually down a tiny bit, so 0.19. One of the things I do want to point out is when we come over here, look at our railroads. I love seeing days like this for CN. So CNR up 2.85, CP up 2.10. So a good day on the railroad. And yeah, our industrial services, so our pipelines are doing okay today. So Enbridge up 0.74. Oil struggling a little bit, but not as much as you would expect, even with WTI down. Canadian Natural Resources down a little bit, but Cenovus is up a full percent. Imperial Oil up a wee bit. Suncor down a little bit. So we got a little bit of mix. It's kind of a mixed bag right across the board. Now, I did mention as well, like electronics here, and can I pull this up? Yeah, I can. So if you'll notice here, we got a little bit in here. So Celestica is down 6.68. So that's kind of one of the larger downs today. MDA Space, look at this. They're up 0.31. So I am enjoying that. I'm enjoying that for sure. All right. Let's... Whoa, what? I don't know why it went there. I'll just leave it there for now. All right. I'll leave it there. I'll figure out that in a moment. Let's go to the United States. The United States, we have a lot more pronounced red. Tech, for the most part, definitely suffering a little bit today. NVIDIA down 0.55, Google down 1.47, Meta down 0.53, Amazon's down. Tesla, though, a little bit on the strong side, 1.69% up. And I know at least one of you guys was telling me on the community chat that that you guys were up, that you guys got out of a good, successful swing trade on Tesla. So that's always good to see. I got out of my Tesla trade yesterday, but I probably should have let it roll into today because it would have been better off for sure. But nonetheless, what can I say? Crypto, of course, yeah, pretty red day on the crypto market. Oh boy. All right. Guys, there's like, where's my little, you know what? Yesterday I was getting plus signs because sometimes, this trading site, sometimes it just does not seem to like my mouse. Yeah, it's like, it's being a little bit kind of crazy. All right. Well, anyway, there are about 15,000 coins out there. These are altcoins, crap coins, I often call them. We have a tradition here. I like to just grab, and we won't go too deep. Well, actually, you know what? Let's go to this little green one right here. We'll pull this one up. I like to highlight one of these coins. Yeah. It's this one here. It's called, and you know what, guys? My head's in the way. This is why I need to remember to move my head into the middle of the screen for this. This is the Keep Network. I don't know if I want to keep this one in mind at all. This is no idea what it is. I have no idea. None. Zero. It's basically a coin. It's worth 3.3, well, basically about 3.4 cents. It's kind of one of these things like, I don't know what it does. I kind of don't care what it does, to be honest. I do call them crap coins because a lot of these coins, it's very much like going to the casino, playing a game of craps. You throw your dice, you probably are going to lose. The house tends to win. Unfortunately, with these, it's hard to say what this does. And a lot of them, and I know yesterday we were looking at a Spain one that felt very much like a meme coin. This one might be a meme coin. Could this be involved? Could this be a security coin? I don't know. I mean, I just know I don't want to keep this one in my portfolio. That's all I can say about this one. If you are interested in Keep Coin or any of these altcoins, just do due diligence, like a lot of due diligence. Do your homework. Read the white papers. Check the developers out on their social medias. Find out what's going on. Look behind the curtain before you get involved in these. And quite honestly, guys, if you want to make money in Bitcoin, in crypto, stick to your Bitcoins. Your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your XRP, Solana, Cardano, and gosh darn it, even the Dogecoin. All right. Let's zip on back here to Big Me and get into our comments. I want to see what's going on here. All right, I'm just going to pull this over a tiny bit. All right. Cindy is the first in the house, and yes, I have, as in spun the coin. So yeah, let me know your totals, guys. Let me know what you got today. Claude says hello. I got 200 on the coin. Nice. I like that. We got Nice from Sweden. Hey, Nice, how are you? Gursky says hello, everyone. What ads? Says Scott. Premium user here. Yeah, and you know what? There's a lot of people that are premium users. Absolutely, because I don't know. I'm a premium user myself. So when I don't get to see the ads too much, but I actually have for most of my streaming packages on the TV. I've gone with the cheaper ones. Yeah, there's ads in there, but ads is just a chance for me to check social media, so I don't mind them so much. Marina says, hey everyone, hope you're staying warm and well. Yes, a lot of snow. Ontario and snow is synonymous today. So the GTA got a whole bunch of it earlier, and right now it's just beginning. Like quite literally about, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes ago, it just started snowing here. So we got our full 15 centimeters coming. Paul is in the house with a good afternoon. And of course, Paul lives in a part of the country without snow. Samantha says, fingers crossed for a good spin. I know. Tomorrow, guys. And I'm going to spin daily on the show. I'm going to save my spin. The only day that you won't see my spin is Saturday, because that's the one day that we don't have a show. Well, we don't technically have a show yet on Thursday. But you guys might take care of that. And, oh, guys, remember, I did mention as well, we have a new goat. So we got two new goats, but we do have our laughing goat. And all you got to do, if you want to see that, you got to make me laugh. You make me laugh, and you get that goat. Simple as that. Scott says, hello to all the fine folks here in chat. 170 for Cindy. Stan says hello. Roku says, hi all, I got 40, kid got 10, best half got 110. Nice. So, that's like 160 altogether. So, hey, it's a family effort. I love it. Paul says, on the spin, I just got 130 on the Wealthsimple spin contest. And then happy Tuesday, everyone. Did you scratch for the gold bar? I did not. I don't even know where that is, to be honest. I only heard about it, you guys mentioning it yesterday, that were like the last couple of days for the scratch. Now, was the gold bar one, was that open to everyone, or was that just for people who were, moving stuff over? I'm not 100% sure on that one. Let me know, guys. If there is a scratch in there, I'll go in and scratch. Why not? Let's see. Enable push notifications to get reminded to spin. Nice. And guys, Mary is in the house. So Mary, of course, is our official captain of the like button. So guys, if you have not yet hit that like button, now's the time to do it. It does help the channel out quite a bit. It pushes us out through the algorithm. There's also another feature, by the way, guys. There's hype. So on a new video, if you click those dots, sometimes it might give you the option to hype a channel. Jill was telling me the other day it gave her the chance to hype me. And I was like, okay, I hope you hyped me. So apparently she did. Apparently she hyped me. But, it is there. Guys, I'm going to take a quick look here and see where we're at subwise. See where we're at likewise. We're at 31. Let's just aim right now. You know what? We'll start slow today. Let's just get to 40. We'll get to 40 right now. I'm going to have a quick little drink of coffee because I really enjoy coffee. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Claude says, just wanted to say I really love the fact that the show starts at 3:30 now. Yeah, we used to start, guys, if you're new to the channel, we used to actually start the show 15 minutes before the market close. And you know what? By the time I got through the chat, by the time I got through the markets and then got over to the chat, it really didn't give us much time at all. And I kind of like having a bit more time before the market closes. That was one of the deciding points to push us down a little bit. All right, and guys, we have a super sticker. Samantha's in the house with a 149 super sticker. Thank you very much. And the Goat Squad, the Goat Squad is active, and this brings in our first goat of the day. And this is our evil, I'm going to call it evil Monopoly goat, because, you know, that eye patch looks a little ominous. Almost looks like a Borg. But what can I say? Anyway, thank you very much, Samantha. And we are one of, we're one on the way. We're one on the way towards opening up a show for Thursday. All right, let's see here. Paul said, since I bought these two, so HDIV up 0.68% and HHIS down 0.64%. Yeah, what can we say? They're like Arnold and Danny DeVito in Twins. Yes. They actually, they were, I had heard in an interview with I think it was with Arnold, that they had thought about making a sequel to it. And I thought oh God, I think he said they were going to have a third twin, and I can't remember who it was, but at the time it made me laugh. Adorpat, hello all. What kind of reversal did we see today? I don't know if I'd call it a reversal. I mean, yeah, like here, let's pull it back up here and let's get back to the TSX. Let's just pull it up here. So for the most part, yeah, I mean, you got a little, sure, you got a little bit of a drop down, but then we recovered. It's kind of like what we'd been seeing last week with some of these, you know, red in the morning, green in the afternoon, getting kind of a little bit of that. But for now, I don't think it's that important. I don't think it's that. Today, I mean, if you really look at it, we really didn't move much today. We are in the green, up 0.71, but I'd almost call it a flat green day. That's what I would call it, a flat green day for sure. All right, and I see something. All right, Relaxing Rain in with 5 gifted memberships. So let's see who won, first of all. Abha, freaking, something Wicked. Another Candace, I don't know who that is. And Carl, all won memberships. All right, now we got some goat business now. Holy banana bread. All right. So that takes us right up to the last goat, guys. So obviously it starts off with my Space Goat. And you guys know this is my favorite. Space Goat. I love Space Goat. And we got our TSX goat for the bell, which is coming up, by the way, in 8 minutes. So that's pretty cool. We got our math goat or professor goat. All of that fun stuff. Then we have our seasonal goat. So the way our seasonal goat works here is right here in position number 5. So that's our seasonal goat. Now we're going to be replacing that one with the Olympic goat because the Olympics are coming. So we've already got our first Olympic goat. And I said I'm probably going to rotate in a few different Olympic goats. So here's our curling goat. So we have a curling goat, all that fun. So that takes us all the way up. Holy banana bread. I just noticed something. Something weird happened. My normal formatting disappeared as I was doing that. But anyway, thank you very much, Relaxing Rains. That secures a Thursday show. So we got a show Thursday. The only goat you guys have not yet seen is the laughing goat. And all you got to do is make me laugh. That's all you got to do. Make me laugh and we will see that. I'm going to turn off the night bot there. There we go. Because we've secured the show. That was very quick. Very quick. Definitely. All right. And give me 1 second, guys. I need to... There we go. Just getting my formatting back. I don't know what happened. Is this formatting working? Yes, that formatting's working. All right, there we go. Technical difficulties all solved. I think it was, I think Relaxing Rain dropped those so hard it knocked my formatting out. So Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Okay, now, I gotta get back to where we were. Let's see here. All right. And oh, actually, we're at Danielle. Danielle said, "Hello, all, Candace. What do you think is going on with CNR? I'm finally in the green. Will it last? Should I take my small profit and invest elsewhere?" Okay, great question. So CNR, and here, you know what, guys? Actually, let's bring CNR up. Now, CNR, I do like CNR quite a bit. So CNR, they of course, they are pretty much the backbone to our supply chain. So between them and CP, they basically they transport the goods, because transporting by rail, a lot less expensive than transporting any other way. So they're the cheapest way to move goods around a country. In a country this big, that makes them huge. They also have, of course, a good presence in the States. CNR goes all the way down to the Gulf of the Gulf of Mexico, while CP goes all the way to Mexico itself. So kind of an interesting thing. Now, where CNR has one advantage over CP is that they go up north. They go up north to where all of our critical minerals are. So they're kind of that key supply for that. And that's a good thing for them. So they have suffered quite a bit. Both railroads have actually had a pretty bad. Last year wasn't a great year for them. They saw everything from wildfires to strikes, and then, of course, tariffs, all of that sort of impacting them business-wise. So they have suffered quite a bit. So now we're kind of at this point. And actually here, I'm going to pull up the 3-year on this, guys. This is the suffering that they have felt. They have felt the suffering. I mean, I remember they were up, they were pushing almost 180. That's fantastic. But yeah, look at this. I mean, they've had a lot of suffering. So yeah, they're starting to come back up now. I do feel like this area right down here in the one early, like what's this one, about 134-ish. I think that this is kind of that bottom for them. So I do think there is room for them to go up. However, with that being said, and this really depends on what your investing style is and what your goals are. This to me, I see this as a defensive stock, because typically this is a type of stock that tends to hold its value even during some of the things like recessions, bear markets. Doesn't impact it as much. Yeah, it definitely got impacted by the tariffs, because a lot of their cross-border, going from Canada to the United States, a lot of that shipping obviously was heavily impacted. I do think that there's going to be better times ahead for them. Here's the thing: if you're in the profit now, it doesn't hurt to take a little bit of the profits and put it. You like the fact that this is a defensive stock, and if it fits well, and and especially if you have a growth sort of theme to your portfolio, this is one I would probably hold. Like I do have this one in the 0 to 100K challenge, and my strategy there is growth income. This is on the growth side of it, and right now it's been it's been down, and I'm okay with that. It's been red it's been in the red now almost every month lately, and I'm okay with that too, because I know that this is a tried and true, fundamentally sound, defensive as you can get stock. So I do love this stock, but you have to make up your mind as to whether it makes sense in your portfolio, and it's okay if it doesn't. All right, Brian's in the house with a good afternoon, everyone. And guys, we got about a minute and a half to the bell. So that bell, and guys, if you are new to the channel, the bell's loud. So I always say when we get to 4 o'clock, you can always turn your volume down a little bit, if you don't want to hear, if you don't want to hear the bell. Lance says, what do you think the delayed jobs inflation data report will be tomorrow morning? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. So yeah, tomorrow morning, we of course get the U.S. job numbers dropping. So I'm going to hold. Whoops, we got 1 minute to the bell. I just got my 1 minute warning here. I'm going to hold my opinion, I think, until we see that data drop tomorrow. But we did look at it a bit yesterday, and I was sort of telling you that, we kind of want it to get as close to expectations as possible so we don't have any impact. But with that being said, there could be some impact tomorrow morning with that jobs report. There could certainly be. And we have seen with previous job reports recently, especially with the fact that the U.S. economy, it is weakening. It's still weakening. That hasn't changed. So we could certainly see a little bit of a dip. So we might get a buy the dip opportunity tomorrow, but we'll see. We're going to see how that goes. Canoe dipped a little today. Oh, Canoe. Because guys, Canoe, they were doing so well. Well, they're still doing well. I just like that they got above. And guys, it's bell. Woohoo! There we go. Guys, the market's closed. Oh, I should turn off my alarm for the bell. It's so fun that I'm always getting the bell on time now. Yeah, I loved seeing them above 17, and I kind of hoped they'd stay, but you said they dipped a little. I don't know how much they dipped. I have not looked at Canoe today. So let's take a quick peek. Canoe, EIT, here we go. All right. Oh, 1689, 1689. Still in a really good spot. Like, this is still really good for Canoe. But I did love that 17. I hope they get back up there. All right. Adore Pat says, are we ready for Shopify earnings tomorrow? Nice recovery so far this week, although I am still 20% down on my position. Yeah, I'm ready for their earnings. I'm not going to touch them with a 10-foot pole, though. And we've looked at it a few times through the week. I'm kind of of that opinion with Shopify that even though the sector, the quarter that we're looking at, they were mostly kind of flat, a lot of volatility in there. I think the fact that there's so much concern about AI infrastructure, about AI in general, and AI impacting software-based companies, that I think there's a better than even chance that even if they exceed, they could still end up going down. So this is one I would not play. Now, mind you, if they go down quite a bit, I still feel good on Shopify for the long term. If I were to make any play with Shopify, it would be more or less a, buy after they fall, if that's what happens. And I absolutely hope I'm wrong, because I'm getting tired of watching this happen. How do you spin the coin? You scroll down. If you just go to the home page of, well, here, I'll show you. Very, very simple. I'll turn it on. I can't spin now because I've already spun, but all right. Ooh, just taking a look here. Win gold at home. Next spin. Oh. Okay, yeah, never mind. It said next spin in 7 hours and something. I'm like, oh yeah, that's when the day resets. I thought maybe there was a way to beat it, but basically, once you've gone to the bottom of your screen. Oh, let's go big screen here. It's really simple. All you have to do is just take your finger like this across the coin, like you're swiping, sort of like you're on a dating site. Nope, not you. See? And then it spins. Now, of course, if you have a spin available, it will then give you your the number of entries that you won. In this case, it doesn't because we've already spun. Paul says Tesla SPY chart might be breaking out after 4 green days. Interesting. Brian says I'm a premium ad blocker. Oh, there we go. And Tom says, you were saying IVN is currently in the zone for 1627. Can you show that? Yes, I can. All right. So IVN, so Ivanhoe, I have been, we were actually looking at it the other day. So I currently, well, it's expired now because I only put it in for a day. So I'll add it again tomorrow. But I'm looking to do another swing trade with them. And right here, this here is the current charting. So I actually charted this yesterday, and after I charted it, I was like, "Oh, this is a good idea." So right now they're in this descending channel, And right now, they had just hit here and they were starting to come down a little bit. Now they have come back up to hit to retest. But what I'm looking for is I'm trying to buy along this dotted line right in here. So in this case here, about 1627 in that vicinity, because I'd like to see them come back down and come right back up. Because if that's the case, I could buy around 1627 and then maybe sell it around 1724 or so. So I put that order in just in case we got that movement today. We did not. We did not. But I'll see. I'll probably put it in, and we'll try again tomorrow and see what happens. But that's the movement that I'm looking for. So and that blob there is just. I can get rid of that blob. I just put that blob in there just to sort of show where I would buy. So buy at the line. Yeah, it might come down lower because I know that I was asked yesterday, why buy here? Why not wait for it to come back up and buy it there? Simple reason is I don't know if it's going all the way to the line. I don't know how big that is going to be. So if I buy it at that line, it might flip right away. Or it might go down a little bit lower before it flips and reverses. And I'm okay because that way there, I'm still in on that trade. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for this. Hello. Do you think HHIS will recover? Yes. Once tech, and this is the thing you got to keep in mind. So when you're looking at something like HHIS, it is very, very, very technology heavy. And once the NASDAQ starts recovering, and look at the NASDAQ. Let me just pull up the NASDAQ for you. All right, so here's the NASDAQ. It's still down. When the NASDAQ moves back up above here, I mean, that will be good for HHIS. You'll see some recovery for sure. Right now, tech is still struggling. We could be heading back down a little bit. We've got NVIDIA earnings. Is that tomorrow? I think that might be tomorrow. It's either tomorrow or next Wednesday, but I think it's tomorrow. NVIDIA earnings, if those, that could cause another movement to the downside, but we're gonna see. Now, the beautiful thing with HHIS, and I won't tell you what it is, but you'll find out on Friday. That video is dropping. I'm actually looking at HHIS and QQCL. And in that video, I do compare them to what the NASDAQ is doing. And we do test that thesis that, that they offer downside protection. So we're going to we'll look at that in that video. And I think it's very interesting. I think the results of that video are very interesting. So I would encourage you to check that one out. Now, if you're a channel member, you will be able to see that on Thursday. Let's see here. Samantha says, in honor of new muscles you are building. I know. Today was a weight day, actually. So, every day is a little bit harder because, today we added, we went from, for each exercise, we were at 2 sets of, yesterday, or the last day it was 11. Now we're 2 sets of 12. So basically I start at 8. So 2 sets of 8, I work it up to 16. Then at 16, I increase the weight. And then we start at 8 again, and we go up until 16, then the weight increases. So right now we're sitting at both dumbbells, 22? Yeah, 22 and a half. So the next increase will be 25. So it's getting heavy. But here's the funny thing, guys. It's going to get tougher at 25 because my dumbbell set, basically it's got a dial on it. You dial in the weight that you want. It no longer increases in increments of 2.5 pounds. So after the next batch, so after I get to 16 on the 25, the next set, it goes to 30. So it's a double jump. So I have a feeling that one will keep me, because, I'll increase. So, and the way I work at it, and just sort of to be clear on this, is that as long as I can do all of my sets perfectly, then I increase my number each time. So that's kind of that thing. So if I couldn't, so today I did all my 12 fine. So that means next time, 13. Simple as that. If I really, really struggled on one, I would stick at 12 one more time, just to let it go along. But no, it's going strong. It's going good, actually. And it's kind of funny. Like, normally on weightlifting days, after, I'd say, after about an hour to 2 hours after I've done the weightlifting, I feel insanely strong. It's like I feel like superhero strong for probably for about 2 hours, and then I come back to earth. But it's kind of fun. All right. Roku says, read the gold bar. I think you had to just sign up a while back. No need to add money or anything. Okay, okay, yeah, I remember something like that. Yeah. I've signed up like so long ago that yeah. All right, Morley, there was a good interview with the head honcho of IVN this morning on Bloomberg. Oh, I did not see that. I may have to check that one down. I do, and I love Ivanhoe. Dorpat says, oh, I mean reversals in the U.S. market. I have mostly U.S. stocks and ETFs. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Let's take it. Let's head back. Well, first of all, yeah, just looking at the Nasdaq. Yeah, we can see a little bit of a reversal here. Things are starting to move back down. I think right now, and somebody check for me. Is Nvidia tomorrow? I kind of thought it was. I thought it was, because I'll tell you that we need to get past Nvidia before we can get any kind of sanity in the Nasdaq. So let me know if Nvidia is tomorrow, or actually here, I can just go to Nvidia. Let's just go to Nvidia here. Where's Nvidia? Nvidia. No, they're not that low down. They're pretty high up. Right here. Let's take a look. Oh, they're not tomorrow. Oh, they must be next. Oh, gosh. If they're next week. Oh, boy. Yeah. Nvidia. I kind of wish Nvidia would be in that same group with the tech companies when they did earnings, instead of putting themselves a little bit further out. Because I think that's what we're going to need. We're going to need to get beyond that, because I think there's so much speculation on what's going to happen or how that's going to affect the market. Yeah. Oh, it could be another rough week for tech if Nvidia is next week. Let's see. That's so nice of you. What did I do? I don't know what I did. Oh, no, that's not for me. That's not for me. That's for Relaxing Rains. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Gifting 5 memberships. Absolutely. Paul, Tesla is a buy off instead of a sell off in the last 15 minutes of the day. All right. CBU says, I appreciate your thoughts of ERK ETF response by Grok for TFSA for an edge to tech future long-term growth. Thanks for your insights and standout humor. Okay. EARK. Let's take a look at this one. I don't think I've ever looked, at least on the stream. EARK. Here we go. EARK. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not sure what this is. EARK ETF. Let me take a look. Give me a second. I'm just going to pull up Google for a second. EARK ETF. Let's take a look and see. EARK. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, the Emerge ARC. Okay, Emerge ARC Global Disruptive Innovation. EARK.NE. Okay, interesting. Yeah, why was I able to find it? That's always a good question. But here it is on Yahoo Finance. Let's pull it up here. So this here is the Emerge ARC Global Disruptive Innovation ETF. So yeah, it's let's see here. I don't have a lot of information here. I actually don't have any kind of chart. Yeah, it's kind of an ARC funds are kind of interesting. I think, and I know there's a lot of people who think Cathie Wood is is out there, and I understand it, because I will say this about Cathie Woods: she is smart, but she's also selling a product. So a lot of times when she comes out and makes some of the claims she makes, like, oh, Bitcoin's going to this price, or, or Tesla's going to do this. It's not that she's, giving you misleading. Well, it's not that she's giving you correct information. She's giving you very, very, very bullish, because she's trying to get you to buy her funds. She's trying to get you to buy one of the ARK, whether, whichever ARK product it is that she is trying to peddle that day. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. Now, like I said, I've not really looked at the Emerge ARK Global Disruptive, so not 100% sure what it is doing. And do we have? I'm just take a look here just to see if I have. Here's Emerge Canada. All right, let's go. Sorry, you've been blocked. All right, apparently I'm an online attack. That's what it's saying. So this web triggered the security solution. Oh, no, I saw the Rogers thing again. Oh, don't come back, Rogers. Maybe it's the storm, but I don't know. So yeah, I can't even get into this stuff here, Cebu. So I don't have any information on it. All right. Let's move back here. A boring day for swing trades. I couldn't find any potential deals. Yeah, it wasn't a great day. Like I said, I have my IVN. I got my eye on that, but I needed to see some movement. But there wasn't a lot. Amrit says, just been waiting for Air Canada to hit $21. It's so close. I wonder if the Cuba news has just pulled them down a bit. I thought it did. Like, I was looking here. Let's go. I think I still have Air Canada in here. Maybe. Or maybe I don't. I thought I did. No, yeah, I do. Here we go. So yeah, this is kind of an interesting thing. I was looking at this actually this morning. So when I was looking for a swing trade as well. I was looking for this, and I was like, okay. And actually, it was right down here, and I was like, and it might turn around, and it did, but it was a very short one. So I'm kind of waiting for Air Canada to get into a channel, because when Air Canada is in a channel, it's pretty easy to play, and you can sort of see right here, like this was great. This was a great time to do some Air Canada swings. So I'm waiting to see if we can get, even right now, like if we could get into a channel moving this way, that would be great. But right now, I'm sort of waiting for see what Air Canada does. And one of the things I was kind of thinking with it coming down is that, there is the chance that this, which was a resistance, might flip to a support. So and I'll drag this a little longer, if this flips to a support, then we get this opportunity where it might do a bounce off of it. So I'm kind of watching that. If it does a bounce off of that, you might get back to 21. So that might be something that's playable. But right now, I'm still in the watch moment on this. I don't have enough information, because you guys, those of you who are channel members and watch my swing trades, you'll see I'm pretty conservative with what I do. I don't like to lose money, so I tend to be conservative for that very reason. All right, Lisa says, hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late. Took my mom out today. And bad Rogers. I know. I can't believe it. I haven't seen that now for almost a week. So, oh well. Anyway, hopefully it was just a one-time, one-off. Yeah, Brian saying I jinxed her yesterday, saying it's been good for a week. I know. Emrat, what's your thoughts about HDIV versus VDY? What do you think is a better holding? A loaded question, in a way. It's not. So, looking at the two of them, they both have kind of different functions. So HDIV, you've got some. HDIV is income. HDIV is really an income. And when you look at VDY, and VDY is not. VDY, yeah, you do have some you got some good dividends with VDY, but I wouldn't really call VDY an income fund. VDY to me is more dividend growth. So here, let me pull up VDY for you. So VDY, this is your, whoops, let's go VDY, not DY. So this here is your Vanguard FTSE, Canadian High Dividend Yield Index, and that's what it does. It invests in high yield companies, which is why it has a half decent dividend. I'll pull it up, and you can start to see, nice growth, but take a look. When you look at the dividend, it's 3.354%. So this here is a dividend growth stock, 100%, 100%. That's what it's designed for. HDIV, HDIV is not. And let's pull up HDIV. We'll duplicate this tab. And let's, here, let me, oh, I want to go to the 1 year. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. I'm still on VDY. Sorry. Let's go to HDIV. Here we go. HDIV, bang, boom. All right, there we go. And I'll pull up the 1 year on this, and you'll see it's pretty similar, like growth-wise, it looks pretty similar. But they are designed. They are designed with a bit much higher distribution. So it's almost 10%, so 9.807. It used to be above 10%, but that price has come down because their growth has gone up. So they've done absolutely fantastic. Now, interesting thing about HDIV is that, it holds funds. Some of them are covered calls. There's, but actually, here's an interesting point with HDIV. They actually do hold some funds that are not covered calls. So there are a couple of funds in there. One of them, there's a financial ETF that they hold that doesn't have covered calls. So they're getting all of the upside. So that's one of the reasons that HDIV is so successful. They're kind of a bit of a, they're kind of a hybrid. They're kind of that, that growth income. They're kind of a very good growth income ETF. So you're getting the higher dividends. You're getting a lot of growth. So between the two, so HDIV and VDY, I mean, I think they're both fantastic. And I don't know, I have not plotted the two of them against each other, but I have a feeling that HDIV might actually edge out VDY, at least in the last year, because HDIV had such a great year. But it would be close. I think it would be very, very close. So total return-wise, I think you're probably okay with either of them. But if you're looking for a little bit of income in there, HDIV is your clear winner. So that's how I would sort of judge them. So yeah. Let's see, MSTE, down 4.9% today. Yeah, well, I mean, Bitcoin not having the best day. Let's actually take a gander here at Bitcoin. All right, come on, guys. Let's pull it up here. Here we go. So yeah, Bitcoin. And Bitcoin right now is actually interesting. We could chart Bitcoin, actually. Let's take a look here and see what we got going. All right. Yeah, so Bitcoin right now, it appears to be in a sort of a descending wedge. So what does that mean? Give me a second here. Let me get, actually, you know what, guys? That color is not going to stand out very, whoops. I did not mean to add another line. Give me a second. I do want to change that line color. We'll go to the yellow because the yellow stands out a lot better. All right, there we go. There's our yellow line. Now, let me go to, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, oh, right here. Let's go to our brush. So what we could see with Bitcoin is we could see movement like that, like that, like that, and then either a breakout here or, oh, this, we could have a breakout there. Now, how big would that breakout be? About that big. So not quite as, these are longer than what that breakout would be. In fact, here, you know what? Let me go, first of all, let me get rid of these lines. Let's go boom. Let's go boom. And let me get an actual trend line. And I'm gonna, there we go. So yeah, your breakout would be one of these. And there we go. So, and this would be interesting. So if it were to break down, if this holds as support, the 66 line, it could break down and then come back up. But at the same time, if it goes up, it could go all the way up here to 72. And I know Larry, I haven't seen Larry yet today. Larry's thinking it's going to hold in this area and maybe even go up as high as 80. So I think Larry would probably go for the top one. Depending, I think, on some of the macroeconomics that come down this week and what happens with both the jobs report and the CPI, that could have an impact on this, in which way it's going to go. But it does look like we're primed to be going one way or the other soon. So this little holding pattern, this little consolidation of Bitcoin should break soon. And when I say soon, we're talking probably by tomorrow's show. We might see where this is going to go. And if it goes down, that's going to pull MSTE even further down, of course. All right. Elaine says, hey, all. Guys, you guys have not tried to make me laugh yet. Or if you have, you've been very unsuccessful. Luke says, I have a hunch there's a pullback coming for U.S. markets. Started trimming today, especially high beta U.S. stocks. A lot of people are worried. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with being defensive. There's nothing wrong with taking measures. If you've got a bad feeling, nothing wrong with it at all. I see a lot of volatility this year. Honestly, I think we're going to be up and down a lot. And I think many investors are going to be like pulling hair out of their head sometimes as well during this year. But what can we say? Tom says, sorry about that. As soon as you put the IVN channel up, I remembered it. No worries. Newell says, hey, Candace, thoughts of MSTR at its low or most likely to go down more? Once again, they're holding a lot of Bitcoin. And they, it's the situation where whatever Bitcoin does, MSTR is probably, strategy will probably follow, because if you look at just the amount of Bitcoin, like I think I don't even know if Satoshi has more Bitcoin than Strategy now. Strategy has like one of the most largest Bitcoin shares in the world, and the amount that they're holding is crazy, to the point that before we had spot Bitcoin ETFs, Strategy was sort of almost considered as a honorary Bitcoin ETF, because they're kind of slave to that price of Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin were to break down, Strategy's going down too. MSTR is going to MSTE, because MSTE holds Strategy. So yeah, it's going to really depend. But we're going to see some movement, more than likely tomorrow on these. Let's see. If you are using cable machines with inserting a pin to set the weight, a trick I use is to grab a 2.5 or 5 pound plate and pin through that, so it will progressively increase the weight each set. Mine just has like a dial. It's kind of one of these really fancy ones. I've got a little dial I turn. It doesn't, no pins. Obviously, there's probably some kind of a pin system within it, though. NVIDIA February 20. Oh, is it that? Oh, it's 2 weeks away. Oh, Claude. I didn't want to hear that. Oh, well, if it's that far away, maybe we can get some stability in tech in between there. But it would be more of like an oasis in the middle of some of the volatility we're seeing. Mrs. K saying end of the month. All right. Arizia says, have you already spoke about MSTE? Sorry, joined a bit late to the party. What's your take on MSTE? How much Strategy could raise for it to reach $14 a share again? $14. Now I don't see it getting back to $14 anytime soon. Like, I don't see it happening this year, but you never know. The big thing is, what we need to see a really big recovery in MSTE is we have to see a big recovery in Bitcoin. Bitcoin would need to go back up and have a new all-time high. Right now, it's not looking good. I know. I actually thought that Bitcoin would make one more all-time high before it goes into a crypto winter, and it might still do it. But right now, the strength is not there. There's no real stimulus to push them up there. There's just Bitcoin, I think, is going to be meandering for a while, and it's kind of funny. You know how I mentioned, guys? Do you remember how I mentioned that I thought between 50 and 60,000 was Bitcoin winter or crypto winter? what if I'm wrong? So what if I'm wrong? And what if winter is from 60 to 70? What if we're in winter right now? This is where winter is. I'm just putting that out there. Is that a possibility? Well, Mike, it could be. I still think there's room to fall if we're going into winter, but it would be interesting if it sort of hung out in this area for about a year, and then went off to do some big soars to the upside. That's kind of an interesting thought. I don't think I'm right. I don't think it's right, but it's a thought. All right. Rory says, as both railways up have something to do with the new bridge embargo Trump is trying to put in at the Detroit Bridge. Heard something about this? Yes. So there's a new bridge connecting Detroit and Windsor. Well, Windsor and Detroit. So basically, it's the Gordie Howe Bridge. I think it's a Gordie Howe Memorial Bridge. But the whole idea is that this is basically because the bridge that we currently have, it's busy, busy, busy. This would basically alleviate a lot of congestion, make basically the movement of goods back and forth between Detroit and Windsor a lot faster. So it would actually help with trade. Now, obviously, this all started before. So right now, that bridge, so this new bridge is publicly owned by Canada as well as Michigan. The state of Michigan has a stake in it as well. But Canada put a lot in because this was kind of a Canadian effort. Well, Trump doesn't like it. And Trump has said that he's going to stop the bridge. He's going to stop anything from moving across that bridge. He's going to delay it from opening until Canada gives the United States all the things that Canada owes them. Then, of course, he went on to say that, bare minimum, he wants half ownership of the bridge. So, that's kind of his stance. I know that Carney has had a conversation with him and he said it went well, but we don't know how that's going to end. Is Canada going to back down and let him have half ownership of the bridge? Because all of the money that Canada put into the bridge, the idea is all of the tolls going across that bridge, that's going to pay the Canadian side of all of the money that we put into it. So that's kind of where we're at. So it might be a situation that if we back down on Trump and he gets half ownership of the bridge, then I guess half of that money goes to him, and it would take twice as long to recoup our loss, to recoup our investment. Let's not say loss, and recoup our investment into that bridge. But that's kind of where we're at the moment. And that's kind of like, that's kind of what the title is all about. And thank you for bringing it up, Rory, because a lot of times I put my title in for these and I completely forget to mention what's in the title. So I love that. Oh, wait, you already mentioned this. No, I didn't. And here we go. Larry says 77 to 80. I predict it will go up or go. Yeah, okay. There we go, Larry. Yeah. Take both sides. Yeah, it's going up or down. All right. It'd be funny if it went into a straight line that just went forward for the next year, just because, just for poor Larry. Ian says, I tried to make you laugh, but you didn't read my comment. What do you mean I didn't read your comment? You talking about making goats sound like the island of Dr. Ian, that's a good try. It's it's not the laugh I'm looking for. However, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you because it was dumb enough to make me laugh. It did. I did laugh. So there we go. So that's the laughing goat, guys. So when you guys legitimately make me laugh, the laughing goat will come out to express my my inner joy over it. Oh boy, what can I say? All right, let's see. Okay, been dabbing with Grok that suggested HDIV for consistent growth and income prior to your video, which was confirming. It's MER, all right. Plus, to stay ahead with investments, how do you use LLMs or AI to do you? Okay, be careful with AI, and I'll tell you why. AI doesn't always get it right, and sometimes AI can still hallucinate, especially I think in the realm of stocks. So yeah, sometimes they'll give you some good information, but just double check it. Especially considering if you're going to go investing in something that AI tells you, I wouldn't use it that way. I would use it as in, hey, like, hey, Grok, can you give me some examples of, of a high dividend growth stock that I'm looking for, or you can give it the parameters, and then take the information it gives back and do your due diligence on that stuff. So that's how I would use it as an investor. Now, what I will also say is how I use it. So, because yeah, I use AI. I use AI a good amount. Um, but here's how I use it. So I'll write a script. When I'm writing a script, I will sit there, I'll write my script, and then I'll take that paragraph I've written, I'll drop it into ChatGPT, and I'll say, hey, can you polish this up for me a bit? Make it sound a little bit better. And ChatGPT will go in and polish it up a little bit. In the past, what I would have to do is I would write my paragraph, and then I would edit my paragraph, and I'd go back and say, okay, well, how do I make this sound better? So I might spend a whole bunch of time on that paragraph. But now I can get ChatGPT to polish up the paragraph after I've written it, and then I will then usually still tinker with that paragraph a bit because I obviously want to put in some of my, some of my words in there. So sometimes, sometimes ChatGPT will polish it a bit too much. Like I like to have my for sures. I like to have a not too shabby in there every so often. And gosh darn it, even a holy banana bread. So, ChatGPT hasn't quite gotten Candaceisms down yet, but I use it that way. I use it that way. Sometimes I will use it in a, like if if I'm looking for a small piece of information in a giant document. So let's say, for example, I'm looking for some information on something that's in an earnings report, and maybe it might be maybe it's like a 15-page document. I'll just drop the whole 15 pages into ChatGPT and I'll say, okay, this is what I'm looking for. What are they saying in there about it? And those ones there, if you give all of the information to ChatGPT, you don't have to worry about hallucinations in that case. It's very good because it's got the information and it'll pull it up for you. And you can even get it. You can even ask it to reproduce it and to highlight the information if you want to find exactly where it's at. So there's lots of things that you can certainly do with it. And I also, when I make thumbnails, so I'll make a thumbnail, I'll send it over to ChatGPT after I make it, and I'll say, hey, critique it, and that's what I want. And I tell ChatGPT that I'm looking for you to be as critical as possible on this thumbnail, and explain to me why, what works, what doesn't work. And then, sometimes there's a few thumbnails that I think I've actually sent it over to ChatGPT 5-6 times, and ChatGPT just gives me an analysis on the thumbnail. Okay, here's what isn't working. And sometimes ChatGPT tells me what to do, and I don't like it, so I don't do it. And there's even been one time I sent my thumbnail over, and ChatGPT basically said to me, are you really considering going with this? Do you want anyone to click on it? Because it's a bad thumbnail. So I have had that happen once. But I find, like, even if you go back and you look at my thumbnails from a couple of years ago, and then look at the ones today, you'll see that they're better. So yeah, ChatGPT has helped me enhance my thumbnail ability quite a bit. All right. Paul says, part of me almost wishes HHIS didn't have MSTE. You know what, Paul? And I've been thinking about this. I think one of the things I think is MS is I think HHIS has too much crypto exposure. So I'm okay with the MSTE, but you know who I would probably get rid of? I would probably push out, like I wouldn't have like Coinbase or anything like that in there. So I would maybe just look at, or if you want to keep all of them, just lower the percentages even a bit more. So that way their crypto doesn't impact it as much. But that's kind of, I think, how I would look at that. But I was going to say, but I was about to say something, but nope, I'm not. Gursky says, I wish I would have bought some MSTE under $3. I was buying HHIS during the dip last week. Yeah, I bought 10. Well, technically 20. I bought 10 in the challenge, and I bought 10 in just in my Facebook in my Wealthsimple with one of the affiliate codes that you guys, one of you guys joined up. I took that money, I put it into MSTE. That one I got really cheap. I got it like was it 270? And then I think in the challenge I got it at about 290. So somewhere around 290, a little bit more, but it's sitting there. I'm like, all right, well, let's see what happens. All right. Bismarcky says, I may be wrong, but I think the Gordie Howe Bridge is all owned by Canada. I think, yeah, Michigan has a little bit of a stake, but it's mostly Canada. But the government of Michigan did contribute for sure. Trump just wants the bridge named the Trump International. I bet you he does. I bet you he does. Trump. And Samantha is laughing. Let's see here. Scratch says, anyone know what is the cost of mining one Bitcoin? I think it's close to the price is sitting at right now. That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't even know how long it takes anymore to mine a Bitcoin, because I know that with each halvening, it gets twice as hard. All right. And now I feel like a winner today. The goat needed to fall backwards. Fall backwards. Well, we can always, I guess we could always modify it. Amazingly enough, guys, there was a lot of rejected ones. Well, here, you guys want to see some of the rejected goats? I can probably do that. Let me, just give me a second here. All right, let's bring, all right. So yeah, all right. So here's a rejected goat right here. Uh-oh. All right, there we go. I was like, what's going on? It's just, it was the delay. So yeah, this is one of the rejected ones. All right. And yeah, here's a rejected one as well. It was just, I don't know, it just wasn't getting what I was trying to convey. And this here is another rejected one right here. And I didn't see these two. I don't know if this is funny or not. We'll see this one. Nope. All right, yeah, it's not really laughing. It's not really laughing. All right, and I did not see this one. Oh man, it snuck a couple in that I wasn't aware of. Okay, so yeah, there you go. We had a few. We had a few for sure. Oh yeah, this one here, I actually liked this one, but other than the fact that there's nothing on the laptop's screen, I thought this one was kind of funny. And just, yeah, and this here was, yeah, this one here, it was another one I was trying, and it was, almost fall over laughing, but what can I say? And then, oh boy, this was my first, I told you guys I've been struggling with the Olympics. This is one of the Olympic ones that got rejected. So, sometimes you got to play. Sometimes you got to play a little bit. All right, anyway, let's stop looking at goats. All right, Rory, let's do a bridge from Montreal to New York. Call it the Richmond, or the Richard International Bridge. Make it a fast bridge, and you could call it the Rocket Richard International Bridge. Just a thought. Arcelor Middle, I bought in November, up over 60%. Holy cow. Larry, I think I need to just start copying your trades. Scratch, MT is doing great. Wait until iron ore break out of its falling wedge, and we will see some great returns. Yes, I do. I like iron ore. One of the, if we look at, and I'm thinking of, actually here, let me pull it up here. One of my favorite iron ore royalty stocks here, LI There we go. LIF. Here we go. Labrador Iron Ore Royalty Corporation. Yeah, this is a company, like, I do love this company. And I'm going to pull it up. And you can sort of see they're kind of a little bit up. And they're kind of like here. You can see there's a lot of volatility. They've mostly been moving down because, well, that's kind of what iron ore has been doing. But this is a company that you got to really, they tend to have a pretty strong dividend. So right now it's a quarterly dividend. The yield, it's like 4.8. But, you know, they've still had some really good dividends. So this is a dividend growth stock. But I do like it. I do like it. All right. Roku. Oh, no. A joke. Okay, here goes. Why did the investor go into the Circle K to buy the dip for his NVIDIA chip stocks? Oh, God. That's just bad. That's bad, but you did make me laugh. It's still really bad. That's a terrible joke. That's a terrible joke. Oh, my God. Another goat idea. Happy investing goat or angry losing his shirt investing goat. Also, goat drinking coffee. A goat drinking coffee goat. Okay. Yeah, you know what would be kind of funny, I guess? A goat looking at a red market and then deciding just to eat the laptop. I don't know if that would work or not, but yeah, there's so many ideas. There's so many ideas that we could certainly look at when it comes to goats, for sure. So what can I say? All right, guys, we are getting close. We're not there yet, but if you've been holding out on your last minute questions, now is the time to do it. Oh, and you know what, guys? We have not, we have not actually looked to see how we're doing on the likes. That's because, you know, that's Mary's not keeping me on my toes today. A 53. Oh boy. Well, guys, what can I say? I like to get to 70. I really do, but you know, we'll take the 53. Roku says, thank you. I'm here all week. There we go. A red light therapy goat for red markets. Ah, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that we can certainly do. You know, and I want to, one of the things I want to do is I got to get the Stream Deck set up for this because I want to try to see if I can get the goats just into the Stream Deck. So I just hit a simple button. So that's a goal. Well, right now, the problem is coming up. Oh, a couple of pieces of things. First, this week we have our channel member live stream on Thursday night. So if there is any topics you want me to cover on that stream, let me know in advance. Otherwise, we're just going to chill. It'll be like an office hours part 2 if you guys don't give me topics to bring. That, of course, is going to be Thursday night. There is a post on the community tab that channel members can see. Just throw your ideas there, and I will bring whatever it is that you need, whatever information, or you know, if I need to prepare something, I'll do that. And a week from tomorrow is our special night. So we're going to have our 10,000 sub celebration stream. So that's going to start at 7 p.m. and it's going 10,000 seconds. So it's actually 7 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to go to almost 10 o'clock. You know, we're gonna play with the wheel. We're gonna do some games. We're gonna have some fun. It's gonna be a good time, I think. But yeah, so put that on your calendars. That'll be fun. I love a little bit of fun. And you know, heck, you'll get to see the wheel. You'll get to see me use the wheel. Stu says, hi, Candace. I'm considering making HHIC my second biggest holdings. It's like the QQQ for the TSX. Thoughts? HHIC. It is a newer fund, of course. It's one of the high income shares. It's like the HHIS, but for Canada. And Canada's actually been doing good. It's also not tech specific. It's pretty much spread. It's got some good diversification in it. It's got a lot of financials in it. It's got some materials like Cameco in it. So that's been doing really, really well. And here, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up here. HHIC, here we go. Perfect. So even look at today. Today it was up almost 1.5%. And like I said, it hasn't been out very long. It launched here at 12.13. It's now 14.33. So you are getting some good growth in this one. You're also getting half decent dividends. I like it quite a bit. So right now your yield 13.54%. So it is a great little ETF. Um, I don't know how big your biggest holdings is. So like I think it's a good fund. I would not go more than you know, I have a rule, I guess, with ETFs. So if I'm looking at an ETF that's holding multiple companies, I will not go over 20% no matter what. And honestly, I never ever get close to 20% with a single ETF. But that would be for me my absolute highest limit. I would say, if you're comfortable with it, definitely. But anything that has a big holding like that, I would also watch it like a hawk. And I think HHIC, I think is safe. I think it's pretty darn safe. Curious to know what your biggest holding is, but maybe HDIV. But yeah, HHIC I think is a fantastic ETF, and it's newer, but it's doing fantastic for sure. Scratch. Take a look at life. Well, yeah, we just looked at it. It went up 275% in wave 1. We are close to the start of wave 3. Maybe a good buy for the long run. Yeah, and I think we just left life, but let's go back to life. And we were only kind of looking, we didn't really look that far back. But if we go back, and let's actually go to the 5-year. Yeah, the 5-year is not helping us. All right, this here I think is that growth that you're talking about back in here, and that's kind of fantastic. So then we of course have over here. Everybody knows what this is. That's the pandemic, and it exploded. Like after the pandemic, look at this. It absolutely exploded, and there were some huge dividend. Like they have a bit of a floating dividend. Like their dividend changes depending on, of course, what kind of money they're bringing in. So yeah, I do like this company, and if we could see another growth like that. That would be fantastic with them. But, if you're looking for a huge dividend, like I said, you're not going to get a huge dividend, but you're going to get a solid dividend, and you will hopefully get some growth. If Scratch is right, going into wave 3. All right, let's see. We have room in BTC. HDIV, there we go. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Sky says HHIS should have kept with its original funds and not started adding highly volatile funds. Hopefully they'll rebalance soon. Yeah, and that's the thing with Harvest is I think they will rebalance. If it's, if Bitcoin is the thing that's causing the big issues with HHIS, they'll maybe remove one of those funds or maybe pull it down. Now I think Adriano at one point actually had did an interview with the fund managers for HHIS, so that might be something just to sort of check, to catch out, because that would tell you kind of the whole, I guess their whole idea as to what they want to do with it. Oh, that's so good. I love my coffee, that's for sure. All right, guys. Oh, the next couple of videos. So as I mentioned before, we do have HHIS versus, QQCL. It's a little bit of a battle. It's kind of an ETF battle. And we're going to look at them and answer some questions about downside protection with the NASDAQ. That's coming up on Friday. Now, Tuesday's video, one sector has been absolutely owning the last couple of years. And a lot of ETFs that have been involved in that sector have been doing really well as well. So we're going to look at income funds, mostly ETFs, with the financial sector. So I can tell you right now, it'll be no surprise that you'll probably see bank and e-bank and a few others. And there might be a surprise in there too. But we're going to look at those, and we're only looking. I'll point this out ahead of time. I'm only looking at ones that have at least a 1-year history. So 60 won't make it. 60 will not be in that one. As much as that pains me, because I do like 60. But, we'll definitely be looking at bank and e-bank and a whole bunch of others. So that'll be Tuesday. That'll be the Tuesday video. And I haven't yet thought about the next the next one after that. But yeah, we could definitely have some good ones coming up for sure. All right, guys. We're almost at that hour and a half, and this seems like a good place to probably end things up for today. We are back tomorrow, and we're back Thursday. On Thursday, we'll give you an option to open up the Friday stream as well. So, we can keep we'll keep the Financial Express going as long as possible. I love it. Yeah. So I guess, guys, I got one. I guess I got one last. Oh, wait a minute. Scratch says, when is the 10K stream? I missed in the past week. The 10K stream is a week from tomorrow. So not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. So what is that? Was that the 18th? So yeah, basically it's in between. It's in between tomorrow and the the NVIDIA close stream. But yeah, so it's coming up pretty darn fast. I can't wait. I can't wait to get that one behind us. Then after that one, guys, our next big celebration stream will be the 20K one. So, we'll do 10K, then we're going to do 20K, then 50K, then 100K. That's the way it's going to go. But, who knows how long all of that's going to take. We'll find out. We'll find out. All right. So I got one last thing to say before we go. And that is, of course, as you guys know, bye-bye.